Hello and welcome back to part 6 for playthrough. Last we left off, we obtained Angelo as a party member. We made it to this church on the bridge. Just wanted to do the rest on camera since there's actually a cutscene for this. And it was turning night the last I remember, so no need for the night encounters. Yeah.
Ah, Angelo. You look like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Maybe it would help to get it off your chest, Not that I want to force you, mind.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe things will never be right between us. Marcello, will never forgive me.
Yeah, he's gonna
If
go
only
on
we
his
didn't share
past.
common blood, I'm sure we'd get along fine.
So this will at least tell us a bit about Angelo's past. And why Marcello is not as big a fan of him.
Abbot Francisco was always well known around these parts for his benevolence. He'd often take in children who had nowhere else to go. And I was one of them. My parents were well off, part of the aristocracy. But then they both died. All of a sudden, I was left with no family and no money. The Abbey was the only place I could go.
That kind of sucked being as a kid. Always need some sort of parental figure in your life. Yeah, it feels kind of unease whenever sitting in a church. Just have to readjust some chords. There we go.
You're new here, aren't you? Are you here to join the brothers? Have you come all on your own? Oh, you must be exhausted. Where are your things? Is that all you've got?
My mummy and daddy died, so I don't have many things, and I don't have anywhere else to go.
You sound a lot like me. But there's no need to worry. Abbot Francisco and all of us will be your family from now on.
But...
Let's go and find the
Yeah,
abbot.
Marcello's actually a
Come on
decent
now,
guy.
don't
It's
cry.
just
Why don't you tell me your name?
His past has something else to say, though.
Angelo.
You! So you're Angelo. Leave. I want you to leave. You leave and never come back. I don't ever want to see you again. So you're intent on ruining this life for me as well, are you?
Marcello was the golden boy of the Abbey. He studied hard and had a bright future ahead of him. But when it came to me, his attitude wasn't so positive.
I'm so sorry, child. I'm sad to say I heard that little exchange. It's so unlike Marcello to act like that. I just don't understand. Ah, I see. I always knew he had a half-brother. That's you, isn't it? You're Angelo. Well, they say time heals all wounds. Let's hope your
Not for
living
Marcello,
here
though.
will make everything all right. Now, come along with me. From today onwards, this will be your home. Why don't I introduce you to everyone?
Not long after that, I heard the full story for the first time. About how I had a half-brother who was born from an affair between my father and one of the maids. And that was Marcello. If I hadn't been born, he'd have been next in line to my father. But when I was born, Marcello and his mother were thrown out of the house with nothing to their names.
Oh, wow.
She died soon afterwards. He had no one. So he ended up at the Abbey, hating me and my father for all those years.
Oh, don't blame him, really. Something you never want to hear.
Quite a bombshell, don't you think? I was so young and innocent then, too. The whole thing hurt more than you can imagine. Still, c'est la vie. My father got off lightly. He did just what he wanted and then died, and left me to take the consequences. I'm the only one left for Marcello to hate now. In a way, I can't say I blame him, and it was probably good that we lived together. At least it gave him someone to take it all out on. Certainly added a bit of spice to the humdrum life at Myella Abbey, anyway.
Angelo, I'm so...
This story's gone on long enough. Look, it's nearly daybreak.
Wait!
Should have done this a bit earlier. Set up my book. There we are, fully rested. And I did see my gold count. Got a little bit more left to get the item I was wanting. I believe this is a zoom location, if I'm wrong. Oh yeah, Angelo also has the zoom spell. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go get the chest that's south of here. Your funny story don't work on me. My party is serious. Yeah, where I need to go is just south. There's one chest this way. Besides, anyway, a little more grinding don't hurt. Kinda catches, Angelo up a bit more. Oh, so close. Through this little forest. A diamond and tree faces. Oh. I don't like the diamond, so... Yeah, if anything, the tree faces will be annoying for their healing. And they're draining my MP too, not cool. Oh yeah, there's the chest, though. And a seed of life, okay. So we'll go ahead to Simpleton. Because we're gonna go pick up a weapon from the shop owner here. Oh, and you know what? Perfect timing. So I'll go ahead and just buy what I need and then deal with her alchemy pot. I believe it was you, or was it the other guy? No, it's the other guy. So I want to get the long spear. And anything worth selling at all? Oh yeah, the silk robe. Can't use that for crafting. yeah, that's pretty much about it. More medicine. Anyway, we'll take this long spear and the gold rosary. They'll at least give us something for later that we can use. Actually, it'll probably be useful for us for a while. Anything else? Not really. Guess if anything, while I'm here, I'll just load up on more medicinal herbs. Never can go too wrong with having some. Besides, anyway, I'll be crafting a lot of strong medicines with them anyway. Make sure I'm out in the open. Because casting zoom under a roof, you'll just hit your head. Alright, back to where we were. Keep heading the path. A bow. Yeah, I guess we'll still do the most. Actually, with him using Accelerado, I'm kind of questioning, because I know Jessica learns it. Okay, I need to actually use staff points to learn it. Yeah, if you're wondering with skill points, I just never upgraded the fisticuffs skills, since technically most of those skills you need to be barehanded. Don't get me wrong, some of the buffs in here for fisticuffs isn't bad. Like, I know defending champ is definitely a good skill to have if you choose to go fisticuffs. Even the thin air skill isn't too bad either. Because, I mean, thin air works just like the boomerang. Because, as it says in the book here for me, it slices all enemies to ribbons. But I think you do need to be barehanded to use the skill, which, not having a damage bonus because of the weapons isn't the greatest, in my opinion. Just take care of the one guy. It's also kind of funny when I was looking at that sledgehammer too. It's stronger than my stone axe, Riangus. Kind of bizarre since I've never leveled up clubs at all, so I don't have any damage increases because of it. But then again, I guess with our hero, he's using a boomerang, and yet I've only leveled up damage for swords. So I guess not really worth saying. Then again, with the weapon types that I normally get, the ones I like leveling tend to be a lot less showing. He got mad for no reason. Anyway, cow. Get her free milk. Okay, so that would be our third. Our trusty guidebook says there's 5 cows on this section of the map. Cow number 4. Actually, no, I'd have to be further down south to get to that beach. 5 bottles of milk. And we'll go get this chest that's behind this castle town. There's the chest. And probably one more encounter. Yep. And being a single puppeteer, though, isn't bad. He just wants to guarantee his death, okay. Alright, what's Money. Greatly take that. Hey, Mom. Always funny how they name their enemies. Yeah, that one took a while to load. No, at least I'm near a town, so I'm... Anyway. Next town is Ascantha Castle. Weapon shop, like usual. $2,000 for the broadsword. That might be a while. I can get a bow though for Angelo. There we go. Now this, the bow skills, I actually don't mind with Angelo. There we go. Yes, may as well do that. And I don't have enough money to get any armor. That's fine. We'll drop down the well first. Get a ring. Which all it is just defense 2. So not really worth it. And it's an item you can't even sell. I'm pretty sure it's an item that you give, though. I'm just not too sure who to give it to is the thing. clothes. Yeah, I'll make her save here, me as well. That's the one thing I kind of regretted doing with, what was the region called? The Mayala region. Yes, we will continue. No loot in the church, probably just some books with crafting recipes. And I don't think the hotel has anything. No. I do want to at least rest. Actually, we'll hold off for a moment. I'm pretty sure I have to be at a specific time, I think. Barrels. Red mold. I don't know. Anything here? Nope. Up the stairs we go. Nothing here. Cabinets. Yeah, I think I need it to be night. Actually, need to be up here first.
Are you feeling all right, Your Majesty? It's me, Emma, the maid. I see you haven't eaten any of the lunch I brought you, Your Majesty. I'll be sure to bring you your favorite for supper. Please, Your Majesty. Please answer me. I just want to make sure you're all right. Very well. We'll leave you in peace. Excuse me.
Okay, at least our alchemy pot's done. Get rid of this depressing mood. Yeah, we got a holy lance. And you know what? Use some of that powder and some milk. Another common recipe I'll probably be using too. But involving that spear, this should be our strongest weapon for a while. Yeah. So if anything, I picked up a spear from the previous town, which is the tier 2, and crafted it to a tier 3.
He's hardly eating a thing either. And I could hear him weeping all through the night yesterday. He was such a benevolent and wise king when the Queen was still alive. I'm terribly sorry I'm of so little use to him.
I see. So it continues. It must be difficult for you, Emma. But I need you to keep trying. If the king cannot recover from this, the country will fall apart. I just don't know what to suggest.
Ah, hello there. Do you seek an audience with the King of Ascantha? I'm afraid that His Majesty has been unavailable to visitors since the period of mourning for the late Queen began. He comes down to the royal suite every night, but I doubt that he'll grant you an audience. I realise that that must seem strange to you, but if you return after dark, you'll see for yourselves.
Yeah. I have to come back here during the evening. From how the color of the sky looked, should be evening soon. But I mean, we'll spend the... let's just wait until the sun goes down. I mean, may as well not waste the gold on having a rest to see the evening and then rest again, so that way we don't have to deal with the evening monsters. If anything, what I can do is just do a little bit more monster grinding. So yeah, now with spear, I am no longer able to enemy or group enemy attacks. But hey, I'm doing 20 damage now. Oh, nice. Yangus even leveled up too. And another 6 points. I mean, it's not 9, but, you know what? At least he's kinda at a decent pace now. I'll go with humanity. I won't get anything useful for axes in a bit, so... Also, that nose for treasure just... Yangus tells me if there's treasure nearby. It doesn't put any locator on the map or nothing, but just says if there's something. Not a single puppeteer. Well, at least it's over quick, so... Again, I guess thinking about the grinding too, I'm kind of grinding money. At least takes care of one that does more damage. enemies that can heal themselves. Not my favorite. Okay, at least Angelo's pretty much somewhat caught up. And learns Kabuff. Which will definitely be using Kabuff a lot. Like 4. And just cheese. You know what? I don't mind cheese. That's a good crit. More cheese. And a first strike. Okay. Okay, the night's starting to set in now. Also, the first person camera, I'm just pressing the R2 button on my PS2 controller. Not really a button you need to press all too often, but kind of helps if you're looking at a scenery, I guess. With it being in the night, we can go see the king in the throne room. And there he is, the king weeping on his throne. Zooms. I'm not sure if I needed to do that. But you know what, we did. I have like 400 gold. I'll just go to the Riverside. Oh. What do you mean mysterious forces blocking? Seems kind of weird in my opinion. Sitting on the top of the castle. Oh, that's why. Right, Emma comes up again.
Oh. Did you meet with His Majesty in the royal suite? I must explain. The king is refusing to speak with anyone at present. Please forgive him if he caused offense. You see, he's never been quite the same since Queen Sasha died 2 years ago. If only it were possible to meet with those who've passed away. Oh, it would mean the world to the king if he could see his queen once more. You know, my grandmother used to tell me lots of stories when I was small. Lots of very strange stories. I'm sure there was one about a way to make any wish come true. No, it's no good though. I just can't remember it. I'm sure she'd be happy to tell me if I went to see her, but I'm so busy with work here at the castle. I'm afraid I must ask you a favor. I'd like you to go and see my grandmother. She lives in a house west of here, next to a bridge.
Yep,
Could you ask her to tell you the old story about how to make wishes come true? Maybe it's just a fairy tale, but if there's any chance it might be true, then I have to try and help the king. I wish I could go and ask her myself, but there's so much to do here at the castle, and I can't leave him on his own. I'm really counting on your help. My grandmother lives west of...
Yeah, you already said.
Church every day that the king will be happy again.
So our next thing to go back. And if anything, too, the rest of the church, since I believe that's still free, I think. Rather than spending the 40 gold on the hotel here. I mean, it's still... Maybe do I have to go out of the town?
Magnificent! What a dutiful maid! A faithful retainer like her is a most precious treasure to a king. And you say she's about the same age as my dear Medea? Very well. Now this is an order. I want you to help this maid with her request. I beg your pardon? A detour? Well, if you get onto it quickly, off we go. We must lend a hand.
Yeah, we lend a hand. I was gonna do it anyway. That was the sole reason why I wasn't able to click zoom. Like, damn. Just have to do cutscenes. Okay, hopefully I can rest. No, it's only 10. Well, better than the hotel charging me 40 for it. this is... No, never mind. I guess we have an encounter to deal with. Free herb. I'll take it. Just have to go to the thing down south. But I will spoil it for you. It's technically another dungeon. Anyway, the powder and milk make cheese. More cheese. And I guess... Yeah, I'll take that cheese and use this red mound or mold. Let's see, is there anything? No. Yeah, just to get to this next area, we have to follow the river and this bottom path. Yeah, so we just follow this south. Calamari kids. These things are kind of weak, so... And they're kind of random, too. Dog, what you doing down here? And another one of these. Kind of funny how some of the aquatic enemies are not really the strongest. If anything, they just take time because they tend to show up in numbers. Alright, next dungeon. The Wisher's Peak. Yeah, and there's tons of monster spawns. Yeah, I mean, guess why I have a boomerang. Use the boomerang to its full power. Crit the walking corpse, okay. Didn't even kill the one on the end. Damn. There we go. And a level up. Nice. Oh, 6 points. Definitely take that. What is it for the next one? 28 and 30. Yeah, we can invest a little bit into the spears now. Why not? A little bit of an attack boost with spears. Besides, there's a skill I'd want to have. A free wizard staff. What was that? Just a... Yeah, just frizz when used as an item in combat. I'll just give it to Jessica. I don't tend to equip stabs. If anything, I will probably use some stabs this time around. But I mean, I kind of like the aesthetic of every character having at least one weapon that they can equip. Oh yeah, I'm re-equipping that lance. Surprised that 3 targeting that first one didn't go. I gotta heal that, so what I'm gonna do is this, and... Oh right, Angela doesn't have Squelch. So I guess we'll do this. That way I'm not using any of the herbs to cure that. Never want to be poisoned in an RPG ever. Nice. Another level. And since I brought it up before, I'm gonna actually put some points into Zelda's staves. So I'll just do 3 for now. Then I guess... Yeah, we'll put the rest in sex appeal, why not? That way I can learn Accelerado, because speed is always good. And the sex appeal, now some monsters, as it said in the book, 16th% of the time, they won't move. Also, I'm leaving just to get that alchemy pod item. My opinion, always get your alchemy stuff as soon as possible. But I mean, if you're halfway through a dungeon, I wouldn't recommend leaving just for the item. Spicy cheese. I'll just use the plain clothes just to get more weight for clothes. Better to increase the profit of your item rather than sell all the items for a cheaper price. Also involved in Wisher's Peak, there is no boss, so I'm not too worried about MP consumption either. Actually, I can use the Sizz spell, why not? Fire. Asshole. damage to wind magic? Not really. I feel like all the time I use wind magic, it tends to be weaker than most magic for some reason. I mean, they recently finished Fire Emblem Awakening. Yeah, an old game, but I've kind of been just getting into Fire Emblem. But seeing, like, the wind tomes in Fire Emblem doing much weaker damage than just the basic fire and lightning kind of messes with my mind a lot, since I like using the wind magic a lot. And then again, I guess maybe I'm not using the wind magic wrong, too. Really? You put Yangus to sleep out of all characters? Asshole. Maybe I shouldn't use this spell there. Okay, at least Yangus moved before the hero did. Because technically you don't use your MP unless you actually use it in combat. Which at least that's the good thing. We go up. Which way does that go? Actually, it's gonna take me a while just to figure out the layout of this, since, through me using the guidebook for the map, it's giving me, like, the 3D model of the hill itself, and a bunch of, like, arrows. So it's kind of messing with my mind of which arrow goes where. Especially for the color of arrow being a dark blue mixed with a dark green background. Okay, I'm getting tired of you poisoning me. Gotta cure that up right away. Because even like Pokemon, if you're poisoned in the overworld, you're still taking damage. Okay, so I think I can go this way. boomerang. Yep, there's that sex appeal chance happening. If anything involving that chance to proc, I can get it up to a 1/8 chance as the max. Which, I mean, yeah, it doesn't sound too bad, but still, that's an 1/8. And not all enemies are affected either. Especially bosses. Bosses don't really give a shit. Well, besides one, I think. Where am I here? Okay, yeah, I want to hit that dead end. Also, I swear, the enemies always seem to love targeting Jessica and Angelo the most. Even though usually with RPGs, mainly as I've read with, say, Final Fantasy X and this, enemies will more target the character first in line. Which, honestly, sometimes I just say bullshit. Because, well, I tend to see my squishy characters always get hit more compared to the one who's in the front. Anyway, shield for Angelo. I believe he's the only one who can equip it. Yep. Reduces damage from fire and ice-based damage too, so honestly a really good shield for early on. Though definitely you'll get power crept later. Like, even in my opinion too, I actually don't mind the design of the shield. Gotta enjoy sleep. Well, at least I have a spell that cures that problem. And honestly, perfect opportunity. Eventually I'll get that tier 2 healing spell. Okay, at least I get the first hit, that's good. Just makes the encounter a little simpler. Yes, I will go this way. Finally make it to the top. But yeah, you just get to wait a bit now. Because technically we want the moon to be high as possible in the sky, so basically midnight. So, if anything, I'm gonna pause it here and then we'll see back again when we're pretty much ready. Okay, that was a lot quicker than I expected. If anything, it only took like a minute or two. But yeah, this is now a magical doorway. Funny how it's the case of the moon shining through a broken glass pane. There's no loot in the area, so no point in looking around. We're only here shortly anyway.
I am Ishmari, keeper of the Moon Shadowland. Welcome to my realm.
A house in a realm filled with musical instruments.
Many moons have waxed and waned since human foot last trod this earth. Weary travelers, I welcome you now to the land of the Moon Shadow. Enlighten me. What desire opened the Moon Shadow window on this night? No words. Your shoes can tell the tale. So, Pavan longs to be reunited with his dearly beloved Sasha. You stand amazed, mouth
It's more
agape
like
in wonderment.
kind of a sage saying, "Let me read from your
Forgive
eyes."
me. I have yet to uncloud your eyes. Children of the light of day, do you believe that memories are yours alone? Your clothes, houses, tables and chairs, the sky, the land, they too remember each passing day. Silently, they sleep in a dream world of memories. The moon's light may give shape to these dreams, these memories. I cannot stir this daughter of the sun from her eternal sleep, but perhaps I can end your friend's waking nightmare. Lead me to the castle. Lead me to the scene of Pavan's misery.
Yeah, he'll join for now, but he's more like an escort, if anything. Plus, as well, too, we don't get to exit out of that dungeon either, so... Because at least the game's nice enough to drop me right into the castle. Which, honestly, I wish some games would actually do that. I guess being a bunch of load times may as well make the player just teleport right to where they need to be after leaving an area.
O grieving soul, may the moon's rays trace the scenes enacted here long ago. What is this? A dream? An illusion? No. No. I remember this.
Is wrong? What is wrong?
Sasha. I've missed you so. These 2 years I've thought of nothing but you. Ever since you passed away.
You're not still fretting about this morning's missive, are you? You mustn't. You made the right decision. You're always so lenient with people. But sometimes you need to be firm, too. That's a king's duty. Everybody believes in you. You must stand tall and proud. Ascantha is your country. Oh yes, I have news. The innkeeper's dog has had a puppy. He wants us to think of a name.
Is that me? Yes, I remember this. It was the spring before last. So, this is a memory from the past?
Yeah,
A
obviously.
puppy, you say? What do you think? No doubt you've already thought of a good name for it.
It's a secret.
Why? If you've thought of a name, then I'm sure it's splendid. Tell me.
Surely you have a suggestion too? A name for this puppy?
But I'm sure yours...
Shush now, Pavan. I think any name you came up with would be simply perfect. My dear king, you're a wise and kind man. You should follow your own instincts. I was planning to use the name you thought of. That's all I'd decided.
Yes. She was always like that. Always giving me so much encouragement. Sasha, why? Sasha, why are you always so strong?
Because my mother gives me strength.
Your mother? But she passed away years ago.
I never told you, but I was very timid as a child, so weak and afraid. And every day, my mother would try hard to encourage me. When she died, I was so sad and lonely. But then I realized, if I went back to my old weak self, I would have nothing left of my mother at all. It would be just as if she had never existed.
It's actually really good words.
I realized I had to be strong, that I must remember her words of encouragement and everything she taught me. That way, she'll live on inside me for always, forever.
Sasha, you're right. I should be more like you.
Shall we go out onto the terrace? The weather's so nice today. It would be lovely to enjoy the breeze together. Look! Your country stretches before us as far as the eye can see. Oh, Ascantha is so beautiful.
Yes. Beautiful, Sasha. So beautiful.
My darling king, for people to live their lives happily, you must be strong.
I remember. Everything you ever told me lives on inside my heart. Forgive me, Sasha. I finally opened my eyes. I'm sorry for being so sad and lonely. At last, I finally awoken from my long and terrible nightmare.
The amount of times I've played this, I've never taken those words into consideration. Makes me think, at least. Well, at least with King Pavan is at least in a better mood, so now there's color in the kingdom again.
Never again will I forget the things Sasha told me.
Yeah, I guess it's just pigging out.
It felt like a dream, but I believe in what I saw. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks to you and Emma, I've finally woken up from an unbearable nightmare. Now, I can be a proper king to my people again. I cannot thank you enough. If there is ever anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I swear I will do anything in my power to repay you. Anything at all I can do to help. Farewell, my friends. May fortune ride with you on your continuing journey. I hope we will meet again soon.
Yeah, we didn't really get much of anything for this. And again, later on, probably. And how convenient. Though none of my party members are in the party, so... More wafers close. What to make? What to make? More cheese. Gotta make more cheese. But yeah, we're out of here. What's my money value like right now? Over 1,000? And I don't think I have any useful items to sell. Because wafer clothes I can make into something else. No, 3 items. One requires a rare item find, another requires that shield. But even though I'm using that shield, I'm getting a worse sell item for that. And then the other one being a weapon. In which said weapon sells for a lot more than what I can use to make. So, if anything, these warfare clothes are kinda all I can do with them. Unless I really want to hunt down an item for leather armor. What you got? Leather dress, bronze armor, bronze shields. Actually... Look at the leather dress, definitely. Jessica always needs some more. Look at the bronze shield too, because why not? Turban's not useful, and slime earrings, I have 2 of those already. They're only used for 1 recipe, so... I need to see that bronze shield. I guess if I get that iron carcass, then I can use a bronze shield with that to make a new armor piece. Let's see, we'll get rid of all 4 of these. And can leather armor be used for something? Yes, but requires a late game armor piece, so don't need that. I'll hold on to the leather kilt and the boxer shorts, since those I can use for something. Actually, with the bandit's grass skirt, I could make more boxer shorts with those. Or 2 decent armors as well. So actually, with those, I'll keep those. How about that iron lance? Okay, requires an upgraded pot. Actually, I have a spare chainmail armor. Oh right, I got that in the random chest. I honestly forgot about that. What about those leather caps? Need, they're better for crafting feathered caps. Yeah, I know this is kind of boring to watch, me looking at a freaking book. You just gotta see, though, what I can do. Actually, involving that gold bracer. No, can't do anything with it. Okay. I think at least I know my next recipe, though. 600. I'd rather keep the money. Give Jessica upgraded armor. I won't bother with... Oh. You know what, I'll just keep use of the bronze shield for now. If anything, maybe I could just use the scale shield instead. And if I find an upgraded armor for the hero or Yangus, then I'll use the bronze shield. But honestly, because of me looking at that book for so long, I'm gonna end this part. I mean, if anything, we did at least clear a dungeon and finished up a town, so... But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, folks, and see you next time.